Hello, and welcome everybody to Three Kobolds Gaming, where we play Pathfinder 2nd Edition, and tonight I am ecstatic to bring you another rendition of Heroes of Absalom.
You're ecstatic?
I am beyond excited.
Beyond.
Further than elated.
Further.
One might say ecstatic.
I'm just bed excited. I believe that Ben is Bath excited. So it's good to hear that you're beyond excited.
You know, I'm back excited a lot of the time.
I was wondering where you're going with that.
Yeah, that was a journey, Jack.
It was a journey.
You're welcome.
Thank you for taking us with you.
I wanted to share a Bed Bath & Beyond joke as they descend further and further into the grave. R.I.P. to Bed Bath & Beyond.
Oh yeah, that thing is pretty much dead now, right? They're like closing up.
Yeah, they're going bankrupt.
Well,
If they're going into the beyond.
They're
You guys know that.
they're taking the Toys R Us journey.
Yeah, they're going to find out what that beyond really looks like, for sure.
RIP joining the beloved ranks of like Best Buy, or not Best Buy,
Circuit City.
Blockbuster.
Toys
That's the one I was
R
thinking
Us.
of. Circuit City, Toys R Us, all of those great 90s and early 2000s commercial chains that apparently died because, you know, Target and Walmart exist and like streaming services and stuff. And Amazon, that's a big one.
Amazon is indeed a big one.
That one.
How did we get onto the
Big
topic?
one.
Oh, yeah. I guess corporate monopoly was our intro today.
Y'all, every pre-session I do a draft of my D20s to see which ones will make it into me rolling the game tonight. I rolled 4 natural 20s amongst those, so that feels pretty good.
One of these
I
days,
wish I could say I was shocked, but
one of these days, I will do the good old saltwater test on these dice, just to make sure. We have a lot of things to cover today, but before we get into our game, I wanted to continue our Thas Effects segment, which will probably be the final Thas Effects installment before, and I'm not doing another game show.
I can't wait for Fast Effect Jeopardy.
I'm not doing another game show.
I'm gonna toast you nerds.
I refuse. I put a lot of effort into that for like mediocre payout.
it was fun.
No, it's a great time. But it was far more effort than was anywhere warranted. Last week we talked about the first of the 2 returned rune lords from ancient Thassalon, Sorshan, the ruler of Eurythnia. Now, again, New Thassalon, as it is in current Avestan, has been broken up into 2 kingdoms, split between the 2 returned rune lords. Karzog, and we haven't mentioned them yet, but Alasnis were foiled in their attempts to return to the present, leaving Sorshan and Belimarius, the 2 other, as of yet, returned rune lords remaining, where Sorshan decided to change tack and reject the ways of ancient Thassalon, turning Eurythnia into something of a haven for misfits and wayward souls. Belimarius continues down the road of sin, heavily stricken by the sting of envy. She continues to be envious of her neighbor's holdings, wanting to take more and more. One of the first things that she did upon establishing her kingdom was declaring war on the lands of the Linorn king to the north. And actually did defeat King Opir Eightfingers, the land of the Linorn kings. Ironically, King Opir was kind of a dick that people didn't like. So this actually casts Belimarius as almost like a decent ruler in the general consensus of the Saga lands, as they're called, a subsection of the continent. of Avestan, but she wants more. She's envious of her neighbors, and she will not stop until she has removed things, removed the power and the territory that she is so envious of from their previous owners. And so we are left in this odd juxtaposition, a nation of New Thassalon split in two, one side going towards a new direction and the other bringing back these sinful ways of old. And we are left in the Lost Omens era with this looming question of what these two massively powerful wizards from 10,000 years ago, who've been locked out of time for that long, what will their return mean for Golarion going forward? All of this, I'm going to do a quick Paizo shill, can be found in the Lost Omens World Guide, which is a really, really, actually genuinely awesome book for either GMs or players that gives a brief overview of all of the different kind of cultures and segments of peoples, and it's like filled with amazing art. Like you can kind of almost, my filter, make out this really awesome gunslinger lady from Alkenstar. It's a genuinely good book if you're unfamiliar with Golarion, to get your feet wet. And it comes with not only really good overview, like not super deep, but still impactful overviews of all of the different countries and cultures, but it also gives you a variety of backgrounds and even archetypes as a player to take for your character to really mesh into those cultures and places. Huge recommend on that. One of the writers is Mr. Ron Lundeen, writer of Assault on Hunting Lodge 7.
Wow.
Which coincidentally we are playing right now. So we return
Coincidentally
back to Hunting Lodge 7. Now, you all did a quick society check about this place. It is a lodge that was built over 1,000, almost 2,000 years ago. And the last owners lived there in like 29 something AR, and we are currently in 47, technically 21. We've lost a couple of years in real time from where this adventure path started, but so just under 2,000 years ago, the last owners vacated, and the property was left to the city. This property left kind of in between districts, in no jurisdiction, and that is why you were tasked with bringing the Infector, one of the Twilight Four, here to this place to protect him from being recaptured by the cult of Norgorber. All of this because Absalom's various districts are currently in a legal battle vying for jurisdiction over the Infector. What Ben would do to be a fly on the wall of those meetings.
Nerds.
Having just finished his law degree. Mr. Flackfatter, despite being captured, seems rather unperturbed, almost boastful, prideful in his acts of acquiescing to your capturing of him. You bring him back, you begin scouting the first floor, and just about 2 out of your supposed 72-hour mission have now gone by. We come back. Eagle-eyed viewers might notice a couple of markings now on the map where our lovely players have been planning their defense in the off time between sessions. But before we do that, the last thing that we saw in our last episode was Bastro carefully plucking a leather satchel from a chandelier using Mage Hand. And as he does so, the second that satchel leaves contact with the wooden chandelier, the candles, still lit, mind you, and I want to make that very clear. The candles were lit when you walked in, despite theoretically nobody having been here for some time.
Oh,
we didn't.
The
I mean,
candles begin to blaze in an inferno as the chains holding the chandeliers drop, causing the chandeliers to begin to spin about the room at about chest height for a normal average human size. And that's is where
over my
we're
head.
going to start. Oh, yes. But don't think you're out of the woods just yet. We start with the chandeliers dropping, the candles igniting in a brilliant inferno. I believe it is Sheethra and Flackfatter is on Sheethra's back. Kashak, you
And-
are...
They're not in the room, though.
Yeah, we're not in
Kashak
the
is
room.
outside of the room. Kashak, you watch as the doors to the vault slam shut, and you
Oh,
hear
right.
a distinct click of a lock being set into place.
Good.
great.
I need you all to roll initiative.
Yeah.
Always fun.
Initiative.
Initiative, indeed. Bastro, I will let you roll Arcana as you were in the
Oh.
midst of casting a spell.
That helps a lot, actually. I rolled a natural
You're
3.
so welcome, my friend. I'm here to help.
I got 26.
Bastro got a 26. Kashak.
27.
Kashak is a 27. Firin.
42.
42, you say. Twinkle Toes.
Black.
Just going last? Okay.
Yep.
So all that has happened as of yet is these chains have lengthened and the candles have begun to blaze unnaturally hot and bright. Can we get some combat music here, just for funsies?
Yes, sorry.
Um,
Where is the where was the thing that where was the chandelier that this is happening from? Like, where are the chains on the map?
So there's like one here, one dead center there, one right here, and then one kind of in this
So there
elbow.
are 4.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're kind of equidistant, 4 of them equidistant in the central area, not including the cage.
Yeah, and all of them have just like erupted and are
And
now
dropped
creating
down.
an inferno.
Yes, it is
Like filling the room or localized to the chandelier.
localized to the chandeliers. You all can feel the heat, but they haven't like done anything to you yet. It is Firin's turn as the doors slam shut and lock behind you.
Yeah, I mean, is there any sort of knowledge check I can roll on this? I don't have any of the identify magic skill feats, but is there any sort of check I could roll or something to figure out either a method to put them out or what is happening?
Yeah, you could roll a. What's your spellcasting primal? You could roll a primal.
Yeah, primal.
You could roll a nature.
nature? Okay.
Roll a primal for me.
Roll primal. I will roll a nature check, first action. Not a great roll, but a 29 total.
A 29. Really, all you're able to tell is that there is some magical aspect to what is going on here, but you're not sure really what that is. The candles themselves seem to be magically lit, and then magically enhanced. The chains themselves are physically longer than they were when you walked into the room. Like,
Okay.
there's clearly something magical about this, but that is all you were able to ascertain.
With
Are we in a gazebo?
With that knowledge, would I understand that like I can't just snuff out this fire normally, like it has to be put out in another way, or would I not know that? Like knowing that it's magical fire.
You would know that there are ways to put out magical fire, but it is pretty dependent on the spell. So it's difficult to say. You did fail the skill check. You did fail the recall knowledge, so you're not
Natural
really
7.
sure. If you had another skill that you think might be applicable, you could try again. But that is your first action.
Okay. He will share that and just say, "This is magical fire." I don't know what spell though. Bastro, do you know? And he will. I'm not gonna move. Can I do a perception on the locking mechanism that I heard click?
Sure. Yeah.
Second action, I'd like to do that. Much better. That's a 42.
Noise.
Sure. You're looking at the door. It appears to be kind of a like deadbolts, essentially. I'm not really sure what they're called, but it's like literally a physical metal bar on the inside of the door that has slammed shut across to keep the door from pulling in towards you.
Okay.
It's like it's a physical bar. It's not like a lock and key.
Yeah, but it looks like I could it's on the inside of the door. So third action, Fearon will move right in front of it.
Sure.
And just say, I'm going to try to get the door back open. I don't know what's wrong with the fire.
All right, that's gonna roll around to Bastro.
I thought Kashak had a 27, unless it doesn't matter at all.
Oh, you are correct, Kashak.
Yeah.
Hey, that's me. Can I do my own seek perception check on the exterior part of this door between, in the sort of vestibule here, the space between?
Absolutely.
We're talking about a 32?
32. There is a keyhole on this side of the door. But that is really all you were seeing.
Are there handles?
Who has the keys right now?
There are.
I think you do, or does Bastro?
It's one of us.
I had them.
It's not me. Whoever opens the front door has them.
Then
I think it's Bastro.
Yeah.
I think Bastro has the keys.
It's got one of those recessed vault door handles where it you pull it down and there's an actual recess in the door for the path of the handle as you pull it down. Yeah. But there's a keyhole above that.
I'll take an action to move to the handle and test it.
It is locked. Solid. Unbudging. With cursory force.
I think that Kashak would just try to break it down.
Sure. It's going to be an athletics check for me, big guy.
Okay. 29.
29. Yes, quite, yes. To find the break threshold now. The doors. Yes. So you slam into the door with your shoulder, and you bounce off the heavy reinforced wood.
Okay. How many actions am I at? I moved.
That was 3 with the
I
athletics.
seeked, I moved, and then athletics, yeah. Okay. That's my turn.
All right. Next up is going to be Bastro.
All right. I'm going to do what Theron did and recall knowledge on magical trap.
I'd like to see you try. Arcana.
Arcana, perfect. About that. Not the best, but Arcana's pretty good. I'd say 34.
30.
Better than I did.
4.
Nat 11.
This is a magical trap, as one might have.
Oh.
Guys, I think this is magical.
Oh, you think?
What would you like to know? A couple things that you know about magical traps. You can try dispelling them if you have something that would allow you to counteract. But they do have mechanical means to stop them as well. But that would require finding whatever mechanism is controlling it. Yeah, what else would you like to know?
I guess, can I know the spell level that this trap is at? Does that make sense?
The spell level. It doesn't really have a spell level. It has
Gotcha.
a hazard level, which I can't really tell you.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah, you need a different piece of information.
What's the equivalent, like, Baster, are you trying to learn, like, can I dispel this? Like, am I good enough to dispel this?
Right.
Like,
Basically, but how about can I learn what that mechanism could be? Like if I
Actually, I can tell you what level you would need to beat for a counteract. Like what it does actually
Okay,
have. It's the equivalent of trying to counteract an 8th level spell.
fuck.
oh,
Well, there goes that idea.
that's out the window.
Wow.
All right,
Yep.
well, good check.
Yep. I'm glad I didn't waste my
Yeah.
slot. All right. And that's all I figure out basically. Like I
You
just-
get one more piece of information.
anything about the mechanism, like if I can learn what it could be or where it could be or how it's tied to this.
This is what is known as a complex trap, involving powerful magics and intricate machinery. You would need somebody who is a master in thievery to disable it.
No.
But you, without specifically searching
Right.
for it, you wouldn't know anything
It could be
about
anywhere.
what the device is or where it is.
Well, you know what? That's okay.
Does he still have the satchel in a mage hand?
I was about to ask, like, it's still in the air or is it like on the ground?
I think as this would have happened, perhaps your spell would have dissipated as you...
I would lose.
So the
concentration
satchel
for
just
sure.
like clinks to the ground, we'll say in this square right here. Just with a soft thud as that is happening. That is only one of your actions.
Right. Second action, I'm going to use my augment senses. You see Bastro's eyes all around his body just start opening up as he's looking around this whole room, just standing still without turning. And in a 30-foot burst, I am going to try to seek out this mechanism. I'm
Oh.
terrifying.
Look at the eyes. Look into my
this
eyes.
class feat, this ancestry feat's already coming in clutch. Like,
Can you just turn
I-
Bastro into a 30-foot burst from that space? We can see more easily.
I think
you
I get the whole
every
room.
square.
Yeah.
I think you get the whole room.
maybe not this corner.
That's 30 feet. That's 30 feet.
You know what, Bastro? It's right in that corner. That's too bad. Sorry.
That's what I'm fearing. Oh, sweet. So everything. I see everything. Yes.
Screw this up.
Natural 20. I'm not.
Yes.
That's fantastic. Total is 30. I'm not. Confirm the crit.
Wait,
That's
Twinkle
a
Toes, are you a
38.
master thief?
No.
Oh, that's 38.
Whoa.
Interesting. Expert. Oh my god.
Yikes.
All right, so get out of the room is the only option then.
With all my eyes
tell it.
open, I literally look
Wow.
at everyone else and I'm like, I don't see where this mechanism could be.
Wow. Yeah, outside of the flames engulfing us.
Actually, I have 0 actions. Augment senses is an action to use. Yeah. So that's my turn. I'm gonna get whacked. I swear, this is how Bastard dies.
Yeah, knowing that it's 8th level, that's pretty terrifying.
Oh my
Fun.
gosh.
Great.
Fun. Oh, okay. Only 1 is fine.
Not a D6. There's only 3 of us in here.
What about the... Kidding.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Twinkle Toes
god.
is just too short, man.
Yeah, and they can't
They
reach
don't see
me.
her. They don't
Well,
see her
you-
yet.
They stop at hip level, and I am at the upper thigh level.
That's hilarious.
Great.
2'9".
Bring it. That hits.
Oof.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That's so good on
Say
the
that.
first attack.
Ow.
That's gonna die.
It's alright. That's only 1.
He hasn't said fire.
Yeah. Oh, sweet. Oh, whatever.
Casual.
Of course. Why not? That hits.
Is it possible to super crit? Yeah. Excuse me?
We gotta get
Hit?
the fuck out of here.
To hit William. 53. That would have to be a plus 33.
Well. Oh, great.
Nobody like told us about this thing. Like the
No,
the
it's like someone's here. Someone's already here messing with us. That's
yeah,
gotta
the
be what it
government
is.
agency that sent us here didn't be like, hey, make sure you don't pick up that bag, you'll die.
No, someone's here. We've been had already.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, someone got a beat on it already. That's my prediction. Or we were too trusting and he's trying to kill us.
Oh, that hits. Not a crit, but that hits. If I go down a crit, I think I just die.
You do.
Yes. This game is ruthless. Alright, what's the damage? Come on. I'm not going down. Hopefully. Alright.
I'm so sorry. First action, I'm going to, we came straight from the, convention, so I'm still wearing the disguise with all of the mutagens strapped to me. I'm gonna first action look for and draw my fire energy mutagen that I got. Second action, uncork and drink said energy mutagen.
It's just like resistance. Is that what it gives you?
Gives me resistance 5 to fire.
Useful.
Yeah, it's lesser, but you know. And then third action, I would like to seek for the mechanical way to stop this trap. Actually, no, third action, I'm gonna run over to this doorway.
I want to open up this bar. He's trying to lift up the bar. Okay. Yeah, of course it is. Oh God. All right. Would I know it's stuck before I try to move it, or do I have to try to move it to get the sense that it's stuck? Okay. Yeah. Then I'm gonna roll athletics. Bad roll. It's a 22. There's no way, right? Okay, then Will. I want to do something a little weird. Because I just took over half my HP and damage, so I think Fearin is pretty quickly desperate. I want to like crouch in the square I'm in, so I'm not moving, and then like underneath it, once I figure out that it's stuck, I want to cast hydraulic push underneath the latch and try to like just blast it open.
Interesting.
And this is a spell heightened to 4th level. And if I hit, it pushes. So, like, the purpose of this spell is to move things. Yeah. It's a blast of pressurized water that bludgeons the target and knocks it back. Would I be subject to a I would be subject to a multi-attack penalty, right? Would the athletics check count as an attack or no?
No, it doesn't count as an attack. So,
okay,
yeah.
and I lose the spell and I'm rolling my spell attack instead of
using the spell. You are rolling essentially another force open check, but using your nature skill, which is your
nature,
spell
not spell attack.
I mean, it's whatever your spell attack would be. Like you're using your spell attack
they're
modifier.
actually they are the same.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Your spell attack modifier instead of your athletics as per the force open.
Okay. So yeah, he like crouches and just like launches this torrent of water up at this thing.
Yeah.
Hero point. I mean, I'm gonna die potentially if I get hit like that again, so I'm hero pointing. Okay, a little better. A good amount better. 35. I rolled a 35.
You stuck down under. You summon every reserve of strength you have left to force water up like a battering ram. This wave erupts from your hands, and you just hear a creak. And Kashak, you watch as like streams of water begin to pour out between the doors and under the door as Fearin, the bar slams back upright, no longer blocking.
I deal 49 points of damage to the bar.
All right. I don't think it matters, but the bar is out of the way now.
I wanted to roll damage.
All
But
right.
yes, the bar's out of the way. That is my whole turn. I got to roll for persistent fire.
Yes, please.
Fail.
What did you roll?
I have the fire lung feat for one of my druidic orders, so I only have to roll a 10, but I rolled a 9.
I'm gonna give it to you with the amount of water that you just created with your hydraulic blast. It would only make sense that all of that water, like, you know, equal and opposite reaction. You're getting
Yes, I'll take it.
absolutely drenched. I feel like that would suffice in putting out the fire.
Nice.
Cool. Okay, that's my turn.
Very good. Next up, Kashak. Again, you see the doors kind of buckle as sprays of water begin to erupt from up, over, in between the doors and under the doors. You have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, he like takes a step back, like what on earth? But he's gonna try to force the doors open again. And I have a 28 athletics to do so.
Because the bar is gone, a 28 is enough to push the doors open. Firin is still standing on the other side, drenched, lightly smoking from the recently dispersed fire. You have 2 more
Behind
actions.
him, Bastro's
Billowing flames behind him.
He's going to get onto Shithra and command her to promptly get the hell out of the way. Make way for the people to sprint out of the door.
Sure. Next up is going to be Bastro.
Yes, he's running out. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, and then third action, put himself out, put the fire out. Is that just an action, or do I have to roll for that?
You take an action to attempt an additional flat check.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
Like
It only
another
reduces
time,
if you're
another
doing
attempt.
something that is specifically adept at removing that condition.
Do you want to tuck and roll through all the water on the ground that Firin created?
No, his first priority would
Flip and
just
slide your way out.
he would want to get around the corner to get away from any flame darts that could come at him.
Throw
Yeah,
some
sure.
dish soap down on the hardwood with all the water. Really just get that going.
As he's trying to like pat himself down, maybe he's like rubbing against the wall.
You're not
take
getting
the
the reduction to
damage.
DC, but go for it.
I rolled a 17, so I think I get it.
A 17 does get it. You are no longer on fire.
Yeah, I almost died.
But I do have some bad news. It's the trap's turn.
Oh, right. Yeah. Well, bring it on.
Bring it.
I get resistance to fire because I'm so sopping wet right now, right?
No. Unfortunately, the top one can only see Firin, so it will be targeting Firin.
Cool.
The other 3 will be rolling randomly to determine target. Firin, do you want evens or odds? I'll let you choose your own fate.
Firin's an odd duck. Give him odds.
Okay. Going left to right. Evens. Middle. Evens. Right.
So sorry.
Odd.
Yeah.
So we are
Two
perfectly
each.
balanced,
Two and two.
as all
Yeah.
things should be. The northernmost chandelier is going to let off a flame dart at Firin. Natural 1. However,
Huge.
that is a
Oh yeah, it's like a plus 40 to hit. So.
I
gots
said 1.
to double check.
It can't crit him on a 1.
Does a 33 hit you?
A 33 would hit exactly, but doesn't that reduce it down to a normal failure?
Goes down to a normal failure.
We'd have to crit him
Yeah.
on a 1 to be able to.
It would have to crit me on a 1 to hit me, yeah.
Still worth checking, Still worth checking.
Oh.
There's no failure effects. It's not like a spell
No,
or
it's just a ranged attack.
Yeah.
The next chandelier, westernmost chandelier, flame dart at Twinkletoes. 44 to hit.
It's a crit.
Okay. Let me just type this in real quick.
This is brutal.
Yeah.
It is in
Really
fact
bad.
pretty brutal. That's gonna be 68 points of fire damage, and you are
Minus 5.
on fire.
Hey.
So 63.
Nice.
63, and you are on fire. Middle one, same deal, flame dart. That's gonna be a critical. Whoops, don't mind me. I'm balancing 2 screens, or 2 roll 20s on the same screen. because I'm still only working off of 2 screens instead of my normal 3. It's a little confusing as to which one is the observer and which one is the GM. What is it really? That's a lot of damage. Sure is. Sure is. It's going to be an additional 76 points of fire damage.
-5.
71. Hey, it matters. It truly
Every
matters.
point is going to count here.
Last but not least, one more flame dart at Fearin for all the marbles.
Natty 1 again. Come on.
45.
I can't carry. You correct me. I think I'm fine.
You're fine.
I'm fine.
It's going to be 82 points of fire damage.
Oh! Almost wasn't fine, actually. 82?
Correct.
Okay. And I'm on fire?
You are on fire.
Cool.
That is the end of the trap's turn. Twinkletoes, you are up.
And these doors are open.
These doors are now open, yes.
I am gonna dash through there. Wait, I wasn't counting. 5, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. First action. Second action, tuck and roll.
Okay.
For that one I rolled a 3 on the first one, so still on fire. Third action, tuck and roll again. 16.
No longer on fire.
Amazing.
Top of round 3, Fearin, you are up.
Fearin's gonna move and go 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. He's gonna get behind Bastro. Second action, he will try to put himself out. Natural 3. Third action, try to put himself out. 12, which because of my fire lung feat is a success. I am no longer on fire.
All right. So, you all are now out of the room. Twinkletoes, Bastro, you're like peeking around the corner. You see this inferno going on inside of the room, but nothing is burning. It's just this magical fire emanating from these candles as the chandeliers begin to swing in perfect circles at chest level. You're sitting there,
Someone knew we were coming.
waiting.
Oh, oops, sorry.
They're still going, and after about 42 seconds, they ascend back to the ceiling at a normal height. You're out of initiative.
My fire resistance fades.
As the trap
Someone may have known we were coming.
begins to subside, all of you hear this hollow, almost ethereal groan, just a emanating just around you, not from any specific point.
We're not in combat though. We're
Not
in
in
exploration.
Exploration.
Fearin's gonna let off a 4th level 3 action heal and a 3rd level 3 action heal for 78 healing in a 30-foot emanation.
I'm gonna get in range of that for sure.
You were, but yeah. Yeah, you were.
Okay.
You were.
I wasn't sure.
All three of us get 35 points of healing.
Nice, thank you.
So 73 and then 35. Oh, 7D. I'm confused.
You
No.
get 35 points of healing. I did a fourth level heal and a third level heal.
For a total
Well,
of...
technically, for a total of 7d8 healing.
Oh, okay. Understood.
The second one actually was Veer's, so my familiar, you see the tattoo from my arm emit this healing, but
Yeah, there are
I
a lot, and I mean
hurt.
a lot of salty posts on the internet about that trap.
I bet, dude. That's a TPK trap, right?
Yeah.
Teach me to pick up random bags in the street.
Right. Bastard just goes like, if you guys see any
Can
more
check out.
satchels, don't touch them.
The satchel's
Yeah,
still
for
sitting
sure.
there in the middle of the room.
Okay,
In the middle
Team.
of
team.
this room,
Yeah,
or
sitting on the ground. Right in this square.
I can try to grab it, but if those chandeliers come through this hallway, I am running out the.
Well, the door locks.
I-
If you do
I
it from
would
the
say-
vestibule, you should be fine. Like if you do it from this space, because then it'll just lock the door behind you and you'll be
Let
okay.
me. Mage.
Kieran is treating his own wounds.
hey, buddy, could you hook me up with some of that as well once you're done? So
Has it been an hour? Have we been in here for an hour yet, Will?
Yeah, I mean, it took you about an hour to explore the first level.
Oh, good. Okay, then yes, yes, Twinkle Toes.
So we're going on hour 3
Um,
now. It took you about an hour to get here, about an hour to explore the first floor. You're now going on hour 3.
Okay.
Where in the room exactly is it? Is that satchel? Is it just like right here,
You
right
said
where
it
I was
was.
standing?
We said it was right in this square.
This one. Gotcha. Cool.
Yo, I failed my own treat wounds check. Wow.
oh,
That's rough.
That's sad.
I have to roll. So to not crit fail, I can only do that on a 1, and then the failure is only a 2, 3, or 4, and I failed.
Oof.
Like what the heck? Twinkle Toes. Next 10 minutes. I did not fail yours.
Okay, while those two are doing that, Bastro is going to stand right here under Shithra, and from around the corner, it's going to cast Mage Hand, 60-foot reach onto the bag, and he's going to try to reel it in.
All right. So very gingerly,
we
your
almost died for this thing.
ephemeral hand reaches out and clasps the top of the bag. All of you holding your breath as it gently lifts off the ground and begins floating so slowly towards you. Painstakingly slow. But eventually it crosses the threshold of both doors and arrives in your hand. Nothing happens.
Detect magic on it before I even open it or anything.
It's magical, for
Oh, yeah.
sure.
What school of magic am I?
Enchantment.
I think you said that before, actually. Yeah.
another bag of holding. Is this another bag of holding?
Bachelor's honestly, like, this is a serious question. Does anyone want to volunteer to see what's inside this? I'm a little nervous.
Yeah, let me check it for traps really quick.
He hands it to Twinkle Toes.
Perception?
23.
You got a 41. It's not trapped.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna try to open the flap of the satchel, take a peek in.
You open the flap, and it's just dark. It's darkness.
Okay, I'm pretty sure this is a bag of holding.
Yeah.
Let me try to identify it.
Actually, yeah, it takes me a minute thanks to my quick identification. I would say assume Arcana check. Yeah.
Just imagine Twinkle Toes is on the floor trying to identify it, and Basper's just like looking over her shoulder, and like Twinkle Toes has been at this for like 6 minutes at this point, and Bastar's just like, oh, it's this. Then I'm like,
I hope. I got a 29 total.
Fearon's rubbing burn ointment on Twinkle Toes as you get 37 healing back from my treat wounds.
Nice.
whoa.
You have seen this genre of item before. It is a bag of holding. What level are you guys now?
13.
That's so funny because I feel like there's a bag of holding that is like a 13th item level or something.
Yo, that's
Dude,
Rare
type-
bag of
are you
holding.
meaning-
Type 4.
It's a type 4 bag of holding, my guys.
So sexy.
yeah, that's huge.
It's delicious.
We can fit
That's
people in here.
huge.
We can fit people in here.
Like,
Like
Wait,
medium,
what? Really?
like average and less people, but
yeah.
only one of them.
Yeah. So that's awesome. And since Bastard identified it, like, I mean, now we have what? We have a type.
We had a type 2, and now
Right.
we have a type 4, so we have 200 total bulk we can carry
Nice.
on our persons.
That's fantastic.
That's awesome.
I mean, unless you're getting
I'm gonna-
absolutely stupid, there's no reason you shouldn't be able to carry most things.
Mm-hmm.
So, next question: is there anything inside of it?
I'm glad you asked. Do you stick your hand in?
Bastro sticks his hand in.
All right. And what are you thinking of as you stick your hand in?
Honestly, he's thinking of potions, healing potions,
Okay.
like anything that can heal him.
You like stick your hand in and you feel nothing. Like you hit like leather on the
Yeah.
inside. You're like feeling around, but you kind of move to the side a little bit and you feel this smooth, cool, almost glass-like texture of like a small orb. You grab it, you pull it out. Do you?
I'm holding a small orb in my hand.
Yeah. Do you pull it out?
I pull it out.
This round piece. It doesn't even make. I don't know what this word is, genuinely. Cymophane's silky inclusion makes it look like a cat's eye. I'm assuming that's like a jeweler's term or something. While affixed, it makes you jittery when you activate it. Roll perception twice and use the highest result. It is an
happening right now.
Cool.
Eye of Apprehension, a 12th level talisman.
Jeez.
Whoa.
It
Like a Kashak.
It's a fortune effect. Basically, if you were to roll perception, but you haven't rolled perception yet for initiative, you get advantage on it. To use D&D 5e terms, you roll twice and take the higher.
And you have to be a master in perception, so Bastro has no need.
I am, in fact, a master in perception.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Oh, it makes you a master in perception? I'm
No.
also.
You must be a master to use it, to affix it.
Oh, okay. I'm also a master, but I think this is a Kashak item.
Yeah.
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 Anyone else like to try?
Well, I have a question. Bastro, would you have wanted me to treat wounds you?
I would love that.
What is it called?
Well,
Eye
I
of
am-
Apprehension.
I think I started to treat wounds you as you were digging in the bag of holding, and maybe like I wasn't prepared for you to like lurch in because I rolled a natural 1 on it, and that means you take damage. So I'm really sorry. My dice are not in my favor today.
What is going on with Fearon today?
Fearing got
Fearing's
too
off.
taken up.
Yeah, Fearon got shook by the fire. Thankfully, it's only a D8, so you take 2 points of damage as I dig my finger into one of the burn scars.
It's like I'm holding out to Kashak. Kashak, I think this way. Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, Bastro, I'm sorry. Maybe I poked you in your elbow eye."
At this point, Bastro would cast a 3-action for heal. So that would be 5d8 healing for everyone. I'll just roll it in D20.
Is that a 5th level heal, my guy?
4th level heal. Is that
4th level
not?
heal. Did you say
Is that only
5d8 for a
Oh, it's 48. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was going
It's
off memory.
1d8 per caster level.
Yes, you're right. 12 points of healing for everyone. Gosh, 2 1s? That's
That's-
and a 2.
That's
Oh my
pretty
God.
rough. Yeah, that's pretty
That's
rough.
really,
That's
that's
actually
really bad.
really awful. But you got an 8.
Oh,
You got an 8. in
I got
there.
an 8. Got one of them.
That is definitely bottom percentile of rolls, though.
whoa.
Is there anything else in that bag of holding that we can?
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, can I see that real quick, Bastra? The bag
Sure.
of holding?
Here's it to Twinkle Toes again.
I turn it inside out.
You turn it inside out and you're just shaking it.
No, I just turn it inside out and everything pops out.
You turn an extra dimensional space inside out. What would that look like? You
Here,
turn
let
it
me
inside the
read
bag.
this to you really quick. If it's turned inside out, the items inside spill out unharmed, but the bag must be put right before it can be used again.
Oh, is that in the item description?
Yep.
You.
Great. You turn it inside out, and it's to make a real world analogy, similar to like a Dave and Buster's game where you hit a jackpot and the tickets just keep coming because
Oh god.
coins just start shooting out, just like spilling out of the bag. So just like clattering of coins, and finally a heavy thud as a leather-lined manual, a book, slams onto the top of the pile of coins.
Milto's like emptying it like beneath her and then just like rising up on a stack of treasure as it pours out.
Well, what's
How
this
much?
book?
How much coins?
How much coins, you ask?
I do ask how much. How much coins?
Who has that like count a lot of things feat or whatever? Someone. I thought someone.
Twinkletoes does.
I do. I have the eye for numbers.
You're counting. You're like a human like coin star. Like the
Yeah.
coins are falling on the ground and you're just
I
like
can-
running.
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
all of us time. It's 300 gold worth of various denominations.
Okay.
Nice.
75 each.
75 each.
And a book, a very interesting book. It's got like, do I have art of it? I have art of it in my book. I have book
Art of it?
art in my book. I don't know if there's book art
Nice.
here.
Do you know what? We actually might just dedicate this money to paying our people.
Oh, that's a good point. I forgot about that.
Sure. I think
Do
that makes
have
a lot of
the
sense.
art.
All right, so don't add 75 gold to your sheets. I'll just track this. We have
This
300
is the
gold
book.
to pay.
Circles within and without. Oh, that sounds like Delta Green.
This is the
Circle.
book entitled
Ooh.
Circles Within and Without. And that is where we're going to go ahead and take our break. We're going to take a quick 15er. So we'll be back at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Thank you all so much for joining us. We'll be back in just a little bit.
Bum bum.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have an interesting esoteric tome, a near-death experience for multiple members of the group, and a captive member of the Twilight Four. What would you all like to do?
Identify this book is what I've been thinking about for the past 15 minutes. So, Bastro would like to do that.
So I will say, Fearin has committed 30 minutes to treating wounds. Bastro, you've committed a singular minute to identifying the Eye of Apprehension. And I would say, the first 10 minutes of Fearin's 30-minute interlude of healing is you all going through the coins, because it's just a bunch of coins that Twinkle Toes poured out on the ground and then counted as you all were recollecting them and putting them into various pouches of the bag of holding. We'll say that Fearin is accounted for 30 minutes. The other three of you are accounted for 10 minutes, so we still have 20 minutes to make up in there for Kashak, Bastro, and Twinkle Toes. Let me start with Kashak. Do you have anything you would like to do in those 20 minutes?
He wants to peek up the upstairs and see what we're looking at.
Peek up the upstairs. Okay, in that case, we're going to come back to that. Okay. Twinkle Toes, what would you be doing?
There was nothing else in the bag of holding?
It was the Eye of Apprehension, 300 gold's worth of assorted currency, and the book. That's it.
That's it. Okay, so I'm going to flip the bag of holding right side out, hand it to Kashak and be like, is this yours to hold on to? Who's taking this?
I do have the other one, so perhaps the pack mule roll is good for me.
Do you mind that?
Not at all.
Cool.
I like knowing where my stuff is.
Kashak has always been one to carry others' burdens.
Oh my god.
He's very kind of like control freak that way. Like he likes to know where stuff is and where items can be found.
You also have a mount that you could, tie it off on.
Oh, that's not enough control for him.
Fair enough.
Sheethra's got sticky fingers. Some things have gone missing over the year. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no.
She's trying to kick old habits. It's fine. Like we're working on
it. So Twinkle Toes, you pass that off. What are you doing? You again 20 minutes.
Technically, 10 of those minutes would be getting treated.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. So you have 10 minutes of stuff that you can do.
I'm gonna wait for Kashak and go explore.
Okay, fair enough. So Bastro, the very
technically, 10 of those minutes would also be being treated.
Being wounded, more like
being wounded. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you roll the damage on that already?
Yeah, it's only 2 points. It's just a D8. It's not a lot.
Were you only doing a basic treat wounds?
It doesn't go up.
It doesn't go up? Oh, that's good.
No, it's a flat failure, a crit fail effect.
There was a meme floating around for a while on the Pathfinder 2nd Edition subreddit of party members killing their fellow party members with a critical fail cure wounds.
The only thing I can crit fail on is a natural 1, and here we are.
That just means that you've pushed back the next one for some time now.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, wait, I'm wrong.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds incorrect, but
no, I'm wrong. Well, it's classic. I reread the last sentence of the paragraph that describes it. So, Bastro, I'm sorry. You actually take 32 points of damage. It's an additional 30 points of damage.
Oh God. All right. Thanks.
That is different.
Just a little.
All right.
That
so
last sentence, that last sentence always gets me.
so really, it's 20 points
Number
thanks
one
to my
tip to anyone
12
who plays
heal.
Pathfinder Second Edition: read read the last sentence. Just do it. Read through the full thing. Don't
Alright.
stop
Read the
when you
last
think.
sentence. Read the last sentence first, and then read the rest of it.
Yeah, like don't stop when you think it's done. Stop when it is physically no more words left on the page.
I know that's hard for us with
noobs.
ADHD, but
Okay. So Bastro.
Sorry, Bastro.
You are chomping at the bit, and we can kind of roll this together because all you have to do for Fearin's lovely poking of your every individual wound is just kind of sit there, so you can kind of read through and flip through this book.
That's right. So technically, hold on. So technically, since I'm just standing there while he damages me, I still have 20 minutes that I can do
Yeah,
stuff.
it's just 10 of it you can't move for.
Right. That's perfectly fine because the first thing I'm going to do is cast a halo on myself to give myself some health. And then between Twinkle Toes and first I'll do that, and then for 10 minutes, as Ben's poking me or Fearin's poking me, I'm going to refocus that focus point I just lost.
Mm-hmm.
And then between you two, who is lower? Who's more damaged, Twinkle Toes or Fearin?
I'm at 125 now.
I'm at 58.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm down 131 hit points.
Stark difference, yeah.
Give me 1 second.
I got taken to 11 HP.
Not even concerned once.
I was at 41 at my lowest.
So, Fearin, you get a halo, get 56 points of healing back since we are leveled up. And in that final 10 minutes, I want to identify this book. It's only taking me a minute.
Sure, it'll only take you 1 minute. Yes.
Okay. But I also refocused.
Roll an Arcana for me.
Yeah. 12 for a total of 35.
35. Okay. So there is a lot going on with this book. The first thing that you notice is that it is clearly an old text. You see that it has the first thing that you notice when you're opening it is like the title page. It doesn't have the title on the outside. Obviously, I showed you the art, and it's got this like thick leather bound, and the outside is actually like there's like a metal overlay over the front and the back cover, with a thick leather spine. But it is old. It is old. But the book itself doesn't appear to have aged how you thought a book this old would. You open the front page, or open the cover to see, the title page, circles within and without. It goes unauthored, but there is a date of publication of 1423 AR, which is like, again, almost 1500 years old.
Damn.
So that's the first thing that you notice. You then begin to
almost
leaf.
2,500 years old.
Yes, sorry, almost 2,500 years old. As we are in 4921, or 47, 4721.
So 3,000 years old.
Yeah, something like that. It's from the 13th century in Galarian calendar. You begin flipping through the text, and the book itself is innately magical.
Cool.
But as you're flipping through it, you find that there is a loose sheet of paper. You pull that out, and that will require a separate check. So that's the next thing. Loose sheet of parchment. You're going through the pages, and you realize that this book is essentially a culmination of knowledge about summoning and binding aberrations and planar creatures.
Oh.
This is the Hygromantea.
Did I not say this was Delta Green?
This looks
Did
very
I not-
Delta Green, yeah.
It's almost like they're drawing on similar inspirations for these stories. Remember who wrote this adventure? Mr. Ron Lundeen.
Henry Lundeen.
Wait, really? No.
I'll show you right now. If I can get it.
No, it's not going to focus.
You
but
can look this book
that's,
up. It's written by Ron
that's
Lundeen.
freaky.
That is oddly scary.
Look up Assault on Hunting Lodge 7, written by Ron Lundeen.
Oh, I can read the book? Okay, cool.
Yeah, read the
Cool.
book. It won't do you
Yeah.
any good because I've changed every number.
So is this what is happening here?
What do you mean, is this what is happening here?
Is there an extraplanar creature that has been summoned and is now messing with us and setting
Well-
up traps?
I mean, it's something, right?
The next thing that you notice is that every page has been annotated by various members of the Geverin family. Now, Twinkletoes would be able to tell you that the Geverin family was the last family to own the lodge. But you are noticing like multiple generations worth of Geverins who have annotated various parts of the book, and have included various insights, different information, various practical experience with the various magical theorems that have been explained in, again, summoning and binding aberrations and extraplanar creatures.
That's awesome.
The culmination of which is a perfected ritual of planar binding.
Ooh, ritual.
So you can use this book to cast the ritual planar binding.
Cool.
At any level 6+, the max level being half rounded up your character level. You still need to go through the ritual, but the book itself is like the culmination of generations worth of experimentation, culminating in the ritual planar binding. And from your magical experience, this might be like one of the first examples in Galarian history of somebody learning how to magically manipulate the planar binding ritual. So whoever is holding onto this book as a primary caster for a ritual can cast that ritual. There is more here, but you would have to actually read the
dive.
book.
Yeah.
You'd have to
you
have
get
to
a buddy?
read the book.
Dude, that's crazy.
So-
I was just reading this.
Yeah,
Ritual.
for reference, planar binding is a 6th level ritual, so equivalent to a 6th level spell. Rituals are different in that they do not require spell slots, but they do require multiple casters, though not everybody involved in the casting needs to be a spell caster. Rituals are generally done in a measure of days as opposed to,
Yeah, they take way longer.
Yeah.
a spell which can be done in a number of actions. Planar Binding allows you to call forth an extra planar creature of a level no greater than double that of Planar Binding's ritual level. So again, base level 6 for Planar Binding means you could call forth a 12th level creature, but you can heighten it to half your character level plus 1. So at your level, you could potentially cast to summon a 14th level creature.
Wow.
That's crazy.
And you attempt to bargain with it to complete a specific task. Now, depending on how well you do on the ritual, the extraplanar creature on a critical success, you bind it for a full day, and can potentially negotiate a better deal. So whatever you're giving in return for its services could be less. A success is just a regular success. You call a creature, you say, I'm going to give you 300 gold to do this thing. It's all variable depending on what the creature is and what you're asking to do and its wants and needs, so on and so forth. Failure is nothing happens, and a critical failure is you call something dark and horrible unbound by your wards, and it immediately attempts to destroy you.
I was reading that.
Fun.
So
Not good when Pathfinder uses the term dark and horrible.
Yes, not without its conflicts. So those are what you gain so far. You gain access to the Planar Binding Ritual, an additional loose sheaf of parchment, which requires an additional roll, and there is more knowledge bound within this tome that would require some time to elucidate.
Yeah. Bastard would close the book knowing that he doesn't really have the time to deep dive into it, but he will identify this paper in his second minute of this minute.
It's going to be another Arcana for me.
Love it. I like Arcana. That's going to be a 38.
A 38. That is a success on the identification. It is a scroll.
Yes.
It is a scroll of Summon Entity at 7th level.
Entity?
Summon Entity is it's a summoning spell. Each summoning spell summons a specific subtype of creature. Summon Entity summons aberrations, specifically.
Whoa, like what Bastard is.
Yes, precisely. So you conjure an aberration to fight for you, sustained up to 1 minute. At 7th level, you can summon a 9th level aberration, of which there are, or up to 9th level, there are a variety of aberrations with a number of special abilities. But you could summon up to a 9th level aberration.
Okay.
It is a 3-action cast, even with the scroll. It's a 3-action cast, and it's a sustain up to 1 minute range of 30 feet.
Some of these things are terrifying.
Yeah, I was just looking at.
They're aberrations. They're pretty much all in the neutral to evil range, whether that's true neutral, chaotic neutral, neutral evil, chaotic evil is kind of the aberration square there.
These going to Bastro or to Fearin?
It is. I can't use it.
It is.
I can use it.
It is an occult spell, so I don't believe Fearin can actually use it.
Yeah, I can't.
Okay,
I can't use it.
So, even with trick magic item, I can't use this because it's a
Oh, you're
3-action.
arcane.
I'm Arcana,
Arcane
yeah.
and Divine. And you're Primal
Yeah.
and Divine.
Yeah, shoot. We've got a weak
So-
spot.
Yeah, and even with the trick magic item
Yeah,
feat,
your
it still takes
occultism is a
one
little
action.
low.
I think
It
that's
still
how
takes
that
one
works.
action for trick magic item? What do you mean?
Like, you need to... I have to
Wait, do you have trick
examine-
magic item? Did I miss that?
I do. Yeah, it's part of my background. But
So,
For example-
for one action, you can examine a magic item that you normally couldn't use in an effort to fool it and activate it temporarily. Cast a spell from a
That's-
wand, spell from an arcane. Yeah. Cast a spell that's not on the arcane list using a scroll.
But yeah, could you? I don't think
Can
you
I-
could still use it though.
if it's a 3-action summon spell,
Yeah, you couldn't
and you
use
need
it.
one action just to attempt to use it, I don't think that works.
I think what that would let you do is spend one action and then on the next turn be able to use the scroll. Because it's one action to trick the item into allowing you to use it, and then you would have to spend additional actions to use it. So, like, in these examples, it's not one action to use a scroll. So it wouldn't just be one action to use the trick magic item to use the scroll, right? It's one action to cheat the requirements, and then you have to use the number of actions for using the item. So I would say that, like, it would be a 2-turn setup, basically. So you'd have to spend one turn doing stuff, and one of those actions would have to be tricking the magic item. But then on your next turn, you could use the 3-action summon.
Well, this will be nice to have in our back pocket.
In your back pocket.
Yeah. All right, Bass will hold on to this scroll.
All right.
Cool. Terrifying, but cool.
Onward?
So, Twinkletoes and Kashak, you're going upstairs, are you not?
Yes, I am.
Very good.
Are we caught up on time now?
Not quite. So this is going to be
Okay.
quote unquote 10 minutes from Kashak and Twinkletoes, and then we'll be caught up. Because we'll say that you did Twinkletoes first, and
Well,
then
that's what happened. Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
and then Bassro second, and so all of Bassro's identification and reading catches him up to you, and then in that last 10 minutes, Twinkletoes and Twinkletoes and Kachak go upstairs. There we go. So you go upstairs. I encourage the two of you to look to the southwest of your map and move your characters accordingly as you walk up the stairs.
I'm not going to scroll down because I'm not there.
Ooh. Oh no. I can't quite capture the full room for the stream. Oh well. We'll figure that out later. So, you ascend the stairs. Let me just flip around here. You get to this cluttered foyer that seems to be apparently primarily used as storage. There's old furniture, faded paintings, metal globes, and cracked statues that fill this landing. Why don't both of you go ahead and give me a perception check?
All right.
32.
26.
26.
Rough.
The first thing that both of you immediately notice is a shock of purple hair sticking out at a variety of angles just above the barrels to the west here. A clearly very poor attempt at concealing one's presence. The second thing that you notice is immediately behind those barrels, the outline of a secret door just here against the wall. That's what you all see.
Huh.
Are you continuing into the room? What are you all doing?
I don't think that's wise.
I think when I see it, I like grab Kashak's tail because I'm behind him, and I'm like,
Yeah, I think he'll just turn around. Can you take a moment to like look around the rest of the room and see if there's anything else we should be aware of as we come up?
Those are the only two things that stand out. It legitimately does appear to be a storage room. And the only things out of the ordinary, without looking in the crates and barrels,
Right.
is this like frizz of purple hair just above, behind the barrels, poking just out, and the thin outline of a crack in the wall that denotes a secret door.
What's this normal door look like?
It looks like a normal door. It looks like all of the other like iron banded doors that you've seen.
Okay.
Yep, in the house so far.
Yeah, I mean we know that there's only like a couple minutes before we're all ready to go, so I don't think I want to risk anything crazy. So I think I'll just kind of usher Twinkle Toes and myself down the stairs again, and we can just wait it out. But we'll report back to Bastro and Fearin.
Oh, Emily Grace, I think you're muted.
no, I just whispered, we're gonna lose them though.
I think that's all right. We can always chase them down the secret door.
Yeah.
They seem to want to be here.
I'm just gonna chill up here. Gonna come park it right here. Just in case. Just keep an eye out.
Doc will go back downstairs.
Twinkle
Fearin,
Toes,
Bastro.
can you roll a stealth for me?
Yeah. That's gonna be 41.
Okay. And Kashak goes back down. All right.
There's someone down upstairs hiding behind a grate, rather attempting to do so.
You just hear Fearin going, I'm so sorry, Bastro. Or Bastro, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
And at
I'm
this
so
point,
sorry.
At this point, we rejoin the timelines, and everybody is on the same moment. So the three of you
56.
meet back downstairs.
Yes.
I suggest if you were ready to go, we should investigate this individual.
Agreed.
Okay, let's go.
what-
We can't leave him alone though.
Have no fear. And he will unhook him from Sheethra, and he will carry him up the stairs. Kashak will.
Okay.
Jack, I think I gave you control of.
I have control of him. Yeah.
Great.
He makes sure to drag him unpolitely.
You just hear like what would be giggling if he wasn't gagged. Just.
Shit.
Um,
He's like thunking his legs and like dropping him every once in a while.
What is
His
this
head on the
room?
wall as we walk up.
Yeah. Turning the corner really hard.
oh, prisoner abuse. Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's where we're at.
When he's a smug little dude like this, yeah.
I hate smug little dudes.
Can I have snuck around like here?
Sure. Roll me another stealth though as you do that,
Okay,
since you're like actively getting very close.
closer.
Yeah.
35.
35. Okay, yeah. So you get here. Are you trying to see above the barrels? Like,
I don't. How tall are they? Are they above my eye level?
well, like, so the barrels are maybe 3.5 feet tall.
So I'm 2'9".
This shock of hair again is sticking out just barely above the barrel line. So, however, if you are attempting to see what is beyond there, you know, the barrels are blocking line of sight at that level. You would need to get above it to be able to see, down in.
Not like cracks in between the barrels,
No.
like that.
They're up against each other.
Okay. Are these boxes as they are?
Yeah.
I would try to deftly get onto probably like this box.
Mm-hmm. Roll me a perception check.
Ooh, 41.
41. I mean, from here, there's not much to see. You're seeing more of a small figure, in what appears to be like simple linens, but you're just seeing like the back, like corner of them. You see maybe the side of the head, still like shoulder length purple hair, and the top of the shoulder and neck, like maybe from like here up, but from the back. So you're not getting much detail outside of a simple, like torn linen shirt, shoulder length, unkempt purple hair, and small pointed ears sticking out under the disheveled hair. It's really
Viren, I
all
think,
you're
comes
seeing.
up and will make his way up the stairs, and he just casts Fairy Fire right on top of him.
Okay. What color is it?
It's gonna be neon green.
Neon green. So all of the barrels alight in this faint neon green flicker, and a figure bounces up suddenly from behind with hands up. You see a small, gnomish woman bound up from behind the barrels. She looks something like
Bound?
this.
Riddleback.
No, she bound up, like jumped up.
Or
is
she
what I'm
bound
assuming.
the verb.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or the jumping verb. Yeah.
Correct. Hey, whoa, hey, whoa. No need to get so aggressive here.
It's not aggression. You're
I'm
hiding. We
just-
want to see you.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
all.
just
We want to see
looking
you.
for refuge from the rain. All right, I don't mean y'all any harm. I'm just trying to stay dry.
How did you get in here? It was locked.
Was it raining?
It is raining. It has
Okay.
been raining. There was a
Yeah, there's
quote,
like that storm that's like
ominous storm.
perpetual. Or yeah.
Going on outside. She just like points behind her. There's a secret door on the roof, right here, that comes into this little
That goes out
area.
to the roof.
Yes.
Open the door.
She like still looking at you, one hand up, one hand very slowly reaches behind her, like
I'm gonna
presses
come up onto this barrel.
presses in one of the boards of the wall. It depresses slightly, and then the whole door begins to shift open. And you see that there is a very, very small corridor, like this,
Okay.
that leads to another wall on the other side, and right there is the door to the outside.
Sense motive.
I'll do
What's
the
your
same.
perception check?
Also, I
Plus
also-
22 for non-visual perception.
22. Kashak is a 23.
I believe this would be visual, and it's 25.
Oh, if it's visual, plus 23.
And Twinkletoes is
Okay.
all of you see this gnomish woman appears to be haggard, dirty, unkempt. She seems not particularly afraid of you, but she seems weathered. The look of somebody who has been without home for a significant period of time.
Sure. But otherwise,
absolutely
she appears to be telling the truth. Otherwise,
She seems all of the information that she has given you and said to you has been truthful regarding the door. That's really the only interaction you have to go off of. Outside of that, she has been quick to answer without much. It doesn't seem like she's trying to deflect.
Landed on our prisoner, and did they linger in any sort of way?
What was that?
what?
Did her eyes like landed on our prisoner and like lingered? Like, does it look like she?
Not
Like-
particularly, no.
Okay.
How did you know to come up to the roof?
I've made this place a few times for rest. To get out of the weather, it's usually empty.
It will not be tonight.
Can you fight?
No, I'm not much of a fighter, but I'll make myself scarce. Promise you that. Just don't send me back into the rain. I'll stay right here.
Oh,
This will not be a very safe place tonight.
It will
Rain
not
is the
be
least of
safe.
your worries.
my question is, we have some spare gold. We'd be willing to hire you as a lookout.
What would you need from me?
Twinkletoes, perhaps we could discuss this in private.
Do we have any rations in there? Any in the Type 2 bag of holding? Or like any kind of food?
We kind of hand wave rations.
We kind of hand wave rations, so I assume
I'm
you
sure
always have
you all have
rations on
some
you.
food somewhere. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Baxter would definitely go up to her and like not even say anything, just like start like giving her some food.
Yeah, she
And
takes
he's,
it.
he's trying to use his glad hand feat, so he's trying to make her friendly without
Sure.
having
Roll
to
diplomacy.
talk to her. Yeah. A little -4, but that's ooh, good stuff. Let's see what we got. 31.
31. Yeah, so you walk up to her as Twinkletoes. Twinkletoes, are you going back to talk to Kashak?
Yeah, after he says that,
Okay.
I'm like, I'll be right back.
So Twinkletoes and Bastro kind of trade places. One walking forward, one walking back to the stairs. And Bastro, Twinkletoes, you kind of saw the glimpses of this, but Bastro, as you're getting up there, you see like what looks to be like a shoddy woolen blanket with kind of holes in it. You see a couple of empty like tins of some kind of like canned fish or like a rotten apple core to the side. And you're getting a better look at her. You see like the holes in her clothing, the rips in the seams. And you kind of hand her this like ration package, and she takes it and hesitantly opens it up, like looks down at it, looks up at you, looks down at it, looks up at you again, trying to find which eye to look in, and then quickly takes a bite and starts eating, very quickly finishing the meal that you have supplied for her. She looks back up, still kind of chewing, just says, you don't have to pay me, just don't send me back out in the rain.
Listen,
I know a thing or
little-
two about this place. I've been here before.
Did you know about the fire trap in the safe downstairs?
Miss Twinkletoes, I kindly ask you to speak with Kashak before you continue this conversation.
It's also a loaded question. Of course I knew about the fire trap and the vault downstairs.
I think Basser would ask, follow up with what she just said. What else do you know about this place other than this one secret door?
It's such a sad place, I suppose. It's been empty for a very long time. No one that really cares about it. But it ain't quiet, even though it's sad. I hear sounds from that room to the north, and she points to her left, to the double doors. It sounds a bit like a ticking clock, but not ticking about its normal business. More like a clock winding down. It ain't making those sounds now, and that's almost worse. Like the clock is holding its breath. I sometimes hear noises from below, too. But I keep to myself. I don't want trouble from any other squatters, if that's what they are. Last time I was here, though, I heard noises from below. Like from the basement. So I crept down there to check. And there ain't no basement. Just a wall of rock. Like you probably saw for yourselves. But I can't help thinking about that wall. It's holding its breath, too. So, just don't send me back out in the rain. I'll make myself scarce, small. You won't hear from me.
Basser, he'll detect magic, actually, right there. Anything magical on her or in this room?
Magic. There is nothing magical in this room.
Good.
That you weren't already familiar with, of course.
Right. Listen, it might not, like my friends were saying before, it might not be the best idea to stay here tonight. It's going. We are on a very important mission that involves being targeted by some fearsome foes. They may come here tonight, tomorrow, or even the next day. We're not even sure ourselves. If you think you're confident enough to make yourself unseen here, then you haven't given me any reason why you should stay. But
Bastro, can we discuss this in private, please?
hold on. Bastro leaves her to munch.
Would all of
and
you
then
stop making promises?
All right, Spirit, it's your turn.
So you're my best friend.
Kashak will make sure that Jonas's earmuffs are in place and his blindfold is on. Turn back to the group. There are already enough issues and complications with defending this building from an unknown enemy that if it is anything as strong as Jonas has promised with his actions, will be formidable. We do not know this person. They have increased knowledge of this building than from us, and they are clearly capable of sneaking around. We do not know this person. Norgorber has proven that he is intentional with his actions. He is a liar, and he keeps secrets. Why would this person not play to our heartstrings? Why would they not give a speech about "Don't send me in the rain, I'll be fine"? They cannot fight. They are only a danger to themselves in this battle. Under no circumstances will I let them stay in this building.
I am inclined to agree with Kashak. If we are concerned for this person's safety and her frail stature, it would be better for her to not be in here. I don't trust her, and it's safer for her to not be in this building. We almost all just died, and now there's a strange gnome who has clearly snuck into the place we were assured was going to be empty.
He has purple hair, and from what I know, that's pretty trustworthy.
Well, Norgorber doesn't care about purple hair and would use that against us. I don't think that's a reason to trust her.
If the group is inclined to agree, I believe that we should send her with directions to Runewolf. We can give her a token of ours to indicate that she is a friend, and Runewolf will take care of her.
I think that's a great idea, actually.
He'll take out one of his arrows, and he'll whatever like the symbol of like his guard looks like. He'll kind of scratch it to the side of the maybe he'll like write Runewolf in the shaft or whatever. He'll write something.
Do you want to like just tie a piece of parchment to it with a small note?
Well, I can't write, so I won't do that.
That's right. The entire group is illiterate.
I don't want to play characters.
Fearin will write a note and sign it the White Rose.
Tie it to an arrow and give it, and he'll walk over to her.
What should I do with this?
First of all, I'd like for you to know that if it were up to me, we'd have you stick around. No, I'm kidding. No, that's not what he says.
You're a two-faced bitch.
This building, and I do not use this term lightly, will see war before the end of tomorrow.
Most likely.
I have seen my fair share of war. And I hope I mean no offense when I say that you are not prepared for it.
I don't want to fight anyone. No.
You will take this, and he hands her the arrow with the parchment. In a pinch, you could defend yourself, but please take it with you to Captain Runewolf of the Great Cloaks. He can be found, and he gives like some general directions.
If you can
Fearin will draw out a map. Fearin will draw out a map. He has the cartographer background, and will like.
Do you really?
Yeah. Well, it's the cartography lore. It's the trailblazer background.
If any of you can name the house or the building that the Great Cloaks are located out of, I'll give you a hero point right now.
Oh, I gotta go to Oski's character sheet. Hold on. I have it. I know I have it. The Whisker Brothers.
Kecker and Griff, the Whisker Brothers.
My go-to answer.
Stone Shield House. Got it.
Oh, hero point.
Nice. We go to the Stone Shield House, headquarters of the Grey Cloaks. Well done.
Hero point for Fearin.
You will go to Stone Shield House and present this to Captain Runewolf. He will know he will know you're with us.
Do you have at least a cloak or a coat for me, please?
He takes off Twinkletoes' cape of the mountebank and says, "This has been useless so far. Please go ahead and use it."
Twinkletoes slaps Kashak.
I can dimension door halfway there with this.
Do I still have the freaking flag of Norgorber?
Yeah.
Let's not give her that.
No, do let this gnome walk out of the building with a flag and Norgorber.
I'm sure it's fine. Yeah. No, I don't have a cloak. What do I have in here?
Tarp, tent, anything? Please.
Have some rations.
I'll take more food.
I'll give her my old leather coat armor.
Yeah, she'll take it. She kind of like fashions the leather over her head. She sticks the arrow into one of the pockets of the coat. You're a halfling, right?
So I'm only a little smaller than her.
Yeah. So like it's essentially the same as taking like a slim fit leather jacket and trying to put it over your head in the rain. And you see her turn about and she says, "Good luck."
But before you go,
Oh.
is there anything you can tell us more about other secrets or entrances that you've accessed that aren't readily apparent?
This is the
Anything
only one.
at all?
The only one I've used is up here. Try to keep to myself. Don't know who else is downstairs.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I couldn't be of more help, but there's something in that basement. And with that, she turns the knob on the secondary door that opens onto the roof. Here. And you watch as she kind of like clambers down carefully and disappears over the edge of the roof into the street level below.
I don't like the sound of that basement.
I don't like the sound of whatever's behind here.
She
This is where Baxter
said
goes.
that the room over there was holding its breath, and so was the brick wall down below. We know that brick wall is an illusory trap, right?
Not illusory.
Abjuration, and it's very strong abjuration, which is defensive.
Yeah, specifically not illusion. Yeah.
Very real wall. Hey, can I crack some of these barrels open?
Sure. You do so, and it seems to be like centuries old, rotten, like parchment, clothing, linens. You crack open a box, and it's like moth-eaten pillowcases and duvets. You crack open another box, and it's just like wet and rotted parchment. It's all household supplies. Crack open another barrel, and you see just like stacks of like beeswax candles that have all melted and congealed together over centuries of heat waves. Yeah.
Gross. Okay. Boring. Do you think I could get Shithra up here?
Yeah, without too much trouble.
And then I'll tie him back to her.
Okay. Yeah, the stairs, she's like climbing 1 foot on the ground, 1 foot on the wall. So it's a little sketchy if anyone were to be riding her, but she doesn't have too much issue with it.
And then I'll go ahead and listen at this door to see what the hell holding its breath's supposed to mean.
Roll a perception for me.
It's definitely not magical. Or at least the door isn't.
35?
35. You don't hear anything on the other side.
How about traps? Plus 25.
Plus 25? As far as you are aware, there are no traps on this door.
I will try to open it. I will have bow in hand and try to open it.
It is unlocked.
And I will succeed at opening it.
But your bow gets stuck in the door, and as you try to press through, it snaps in half.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. It's unfortunate.
No, you open the door. Let me give you that fat reveal. Looks a little something like this. This room contains an array of astronomical equipment, but no apertures in the ceiling through which to use them. Telescopes, timepieces, orreries, and other celestial measuring devices all stand around the room, clean and polished.
Can we tell what was making the ticking noise?
Magic.
I'm going to start with the ticking noise. There is no ticking noise, as she mentioned. There
It
is,
wasn't.
Okay.
according to her, normally a ticking noise,
Normally it takes.
but as of right now, it is no longer ticking.
Got it.
As per the detect magic question, I'm going to need that question from somebody who can actually detect magic.
Game Vastro, if you could.
Yeah, from where I'm standing, any magical, it'd only probably be, I can only, this thing is
Why are
magical
you
based.
sideways?
I can't change it back because Shock's in the way. All right, hold on, give me a second.
Are you serious?
He'll start to
Yeah.
walk into the room. He'll start to go in.
There we go. All right. I'll stand right here. Wait, Kashak. He would prevent Kashak from going forward. He would detect magic right there.
Arya, thought I was standing in your way. Of standing back up.
Bastard's just like this. Like
This is how I have to do it to detect properly. It's the signal thing.
that's how it is.
One of Bastro's antenna hairs just goes like straight vertical, and then the end just starts like beeping red. Red.
Interesting. Interesting. There is magic in this room. You continue to focus on it. The instruments that you see, specifically the telescopes, have a faint divination magic.
Fascinating. Permission to enter the room.
Yeah, Bastard will take a step forward.
Are there any chandeliers in this room?
There are no
Sure,
chandeliers in this room.
We're kind of traumatized by that stuff, so.
Yeah.
Any 13th level bags of holding?
Yeah, any bags sitting on top of any of these
You're
things?
more than welcome to roll a perception check.
Would
All
love
perception,
to.
yeah.
Yeah.
A little search the room action. 39.
32.
Oh my god, another natural one. Don't even bother.
So from where Bastard's standing now, he'll cast detect magic again,
Beard's having a rough day.
ignoring these telescopes. Are any of these other ones magical?
No. So there is a single telescope. There is like this. I'm struggling to explain this. There's one telescope that is magical.
Okay.
There are like a couple of like what you would assume like the amateur, like picture the commercial kid and his dad like on a hilltop at nighttime, small little telescope looking into the sky. Like there's a couple of those, and then there's one like legit telescope, but again, no holes in the roof to look through.
Right.
Like it is a regular building. Then there are a number of timepieces along the walls, various clocks and things, none of which are working. All of them are stopped on various times. Then there are these 3 orreries, which are like depictions of planetary bodies and stars,
Okay.
all of which look entirely unfamiliar to you.
But the only thing magical is that super cool telescope.
The only thing magical is the singular largest telescope.
Gotcha.
What kind of knowledge check would you want to recall knowledge on these solar systems?
Religion or occultism.
And I will identify the telescope.
Sure.
I'll get you a religion. Is it built about whether I believe in planets or not?
Yes.
36 religion from Fearin.
Better than mine.
Oh,
28.
baby.
What did Kashak get?
28.
28. And what did Bastard get?
41 Arcana check
41
for
Arcana.
that.
Oh.
Kashak, the surface of Galarian is flat and exists with a solid plane above it. The planets and stars are merely paintings on an interior sphere that is the sky.
Oh, I get it. This is because I'm a stupid lizard. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm following. Yeah.
Mostly because I hate you, Jack. as a
Forget that, like,
person.
my culture is more reliant upon astronomy than any other culture on Galarian, and that my most recent ancestry feat is literally about the stars.
Mm.
Mm.
It would help if you could roll well.
Religion, yeah.
Fearin, you got a what on a what?
36 religion.
36 religion. What I can tell you with that, I'm actually gonna come back to that. Basru, what did you got a
41 Arcana.
41 Arcana. All that you can tell with that is that the telescope is using divination magic to look at something. You're not familiar with the spell, and you're not sure what it's looking at.
There are some high-level magic
Do
stuff
you
in this.
look in the telescope to see what it is looking at?
First,
Do you want to?
I'll relay that information to the team, and then I'll ask them, "What? Anyone want to volunteer to see what's this telescope's looking at? It's definitely heavily imbued with divination magic."
I would love
Be happy to.
Yes.
I would love a top off on my health before we do.
Yeah. Okay. Bass will cast a halo on. Actually, you two decide first between the two of you who wants to look.
I want to look through. I don't need to be first. I just want to look through. This is very exciting.
Well, you're a magic person, so why don't you do it? But I would still like a little top off on my health in case it kills us all once you do that. You know?
All right. As Fearin walks up, Bash will cast life boost on Twinkle Toes. 56 points of healing.
Amazing.
Wait.
I'm at 4.
Where is it in the room?
It's like in the middle here.
Okay, well,
there isn't
wherever
actually
it is,
a depiction of it on the map.
Yeah. Fearin will look through the magical telescope.
Sure. Fearin, you look. You like have to close one eye. You put it to the aperture, bending down to get a sight. Again, this telescope is maybe 6 feet long from end to end, pointed at a solid wall, kind of to your right. You look into the aperture, and you suddenly begin to hear ticking sounds. And you, as your eye begins to focus on the image in front of you, you see swirling spheres in the view, perfectly encapsulated. And it's almost as if you're scrolling along an image of blackness interspersed with these spheres of light that appear to be twirling in on themselves. And your vision, as it's scrolling, begins to zoom in. So you're moving in kind of 3 dimensions. You're scrolling to the side and zooming forward at the same time before you eventually your vision becomes encapsulated by a singular swirl, this multicolored blue and red, yellow and silver swirl. And as you zoom in on it, countless smaller lights begin to appear, making up this whole that is the swirling before you. You continue to zoom and zoom further in, and your vision, it's almost like it begins to fractal as you continue to zoom and you see the same swirl and the same lights going on almost endlessly, zooming forward, the same pattern. No matter how far in you get, it's the same swirling pattern, the same colors that begin to rise up at you. I need you to roll me an occultism.
Ooh, could it be anything else?
It's going to be an occultism, my friend.
Oh, actually, wait, I'm trained in occultism. Never mind. I thought I wasn't. My dice are something else today. It said 21 total.
21 total. You just begin to get lost in this pattern, your mind preoccupied with the shapes, trying to find some semblance of reason within the illogical as you continue to zoom and to zoom and to zoom, and the pattern does not change. It continues to be this swirling light that just begins to assault your mind. Your vision begins to just kind of dull as the lights become too much. Eventually, you just kind of come to almost out of this pattern. Your ass on the ground, looking up at the faces of Bastro and Twinkletoes and Kashak above you.
Okay, this is a stretch, but to make any sort of sense of what I was just seeing, can I roll cartography lore? It's a stretch, I know. But as far as like placing things in relation to other things,
sure,
and doing that accurately and scientifically, can I get? Is that going to be useful in any way?
Roll a cartography lore, yeah.
Okay. All right. Come on, dice. Come on. Okay. 31.
31. You're recollecting, and for Kashak and Basser and Twinkletoes, this process takes maybe 30 seconds. Firin, you feel like you were there for hours, just watching this kaleidoscope appear before you as you were hurtling through space, zooming in on something unrecollected. Kashak, Bastard, Twinkletoes, you see Firin put his eye up to the aperture of the telescope. Maybe 10, 20 seconds pass as he's like turning a knob on the side to try to focus. And then he just falls back, sits down on the ground, his head slightly spinning, and then looks up at you, his eyes finally focusing and seeing you. Maybe 30 seconds. Firin, you are deeply and intrinsically sure that the perspective that you saw was not a perspective that could have been achieved originating from Golarion.
Wow.
Oh my god.
That's crazy.
What is this telescope?
Bastro looks through now. Or Twinkletoes. Actually, you said first. If he's still
I'm not a magic user, so I feel like magic users should have first dibs. I won't understand it.
Firin, even with cartography, there is an aspect of cartography that is basing geographic location off of star charts.
Sure.
And even that is relative to like seasonal shifts and changes. Like, there is no formation that you are familiar with that would have given you those constellations from where you were anywhere on Golarion that you are familiar with. Like, every single one of those celestial bodies, every one of those solar systems, completely foreign to you.
Firin is like, he's stunned. He's on the floor and just like stunned. Oh my gosh, that was the most spectacular, one of the most spectacular things I have ever witnessed.
It's a really good roll right there.
What? Sorry. What? He like takes a minute to like kind of remember where he is, but there is legend roll. What?
Through the wall. You were looking at the wall through the telescope at the wall.
Through the wall. That's no, not through the wall, Twinkle Toes. This is beyond our plane of existence. What I saw, no one who has. The only people who saw what I saw are those who have looked through this telescope. Anyone else on Galarian, that is foreign. I don't know. I don't know where it was. It was beyond. And I think Fearon will like get out a notebook and start like sketching. Like this is one of the most exciting things that has like happened to Fearon in a long time.
Mm-hmm. And it's not too esoteric. It's not too difficult to sketch. It was the same pattern over and over again, no matter how far in or how far really out your vision zoomed. It was the same repeating pattern of bodies over and over and over again. This same celestial alignment leading to something. You just weren't able to discern what that something was that it was leading to.
I did roll a 36 on planets that we never got to. I don't know if that would help make sense of it any, but
on planets that that was your cartography, right?
No, before we even started talking about the telescopes, I rolled a 36 on religion for the planets, and you said we'll come back to that. We never did.
Oh no, that was what we came back to. That experience was what we came back to. The religion, I gave you the information that you would have gotten.
Got it. Okay.
The occult roll was really the one we're looking for here.
And Bastro steps up for that check. Bastro, after hearing what Fearon described...
Hold on for a second. Hold on. Does Fearon seem like he's cracked or that he's just excited?
Oh, he's very clearly excited. Like, he's very clearly excited.
Yes, but are you insane after looking through that is what I'm looking at.
What's your sanity at right now?
No, yeah. No sanity checks required. We're not actually playing Delta Green. It's just very reminiscent. No, sanity maintained. Is anybody else trying? I heard Bastra, I heard Twinkle Toes both interested. Who's going first?
Bastra.
I guess Bastro is up. He takes a peek through, sees the same thing that Fearon was describing, and check. I'm going to hero point that, because why not? Naturals.
Oh, shoot. I have an extra hero point.
You do?
I forgot. Damn it.
Okay, that's better. That is better. 15 on the die for a total of 36.
36.
Yes, sir.
Pretty good.
Okay. So, the instant you put your eye up to the aperture, you hear this ticking sound begin. And as you focus, you hear the sounds of what you would be familiar with as clockwork winding up. And your eyes begin to focus in the aperture. You begin to see these colors, these swirls, these celestial bodies as you begin to scroll across space. These celestial bodies moving right to left across your vision. And then you hear a different sound. you hear the sound of gears beginning to whine in reverse. As time almost begins to slow and you zoom further and further in, and whereas Firin saw this hectic display of spiralation and color, you see clearly the alignment of the bodies before you. You see this array of coloration of stars before you. And without even realizing it, you intrinsically begin to piece together knowledge from the symbolism displayed in the stars above you. Stars foreign to your eye, again, not a sight any mere mortal would have been able to see from Galarian, but knowledge that is being imparted upon you nonetheless. You realize two things. One, that you are seeing the knowledge of a spirit that has imparted this information in this space. And two, that there is some conjunction event of significance pending within the next day or two. Some astronomical significance has been applied from some unknown body. An important event will come to pass within the next 48 hours. And that information is being supplied by some spirit in this space. And with that, we're going to go ahead and end tonight's session.
Oh, so much
Weird.
Goodness.
Thank you all so much for joining us. We'll be back here potentially next week. I'm not sure yet. Emily Grace and I might be still at Virginia Ren Fair next week, but we'll see. We'll see. Thank you all so much for joining us. Big shout out to And Cam Adds Cannons. And Cam Adds Cannons. And thank you so much for rating us. But we'll find out what this dreaded occult superstition is next time on Heroes of Absalom at 3 Kobolds Gaming. Follow us, like us, do all those things. Thank you so much.
See you
See you
soon.
next time.